Our bodies are always talking to us. The question is, are we listening? And I have done videos and posts on this a million times, but I still think it is a key element with our health and well-being. And sometimes bodies get very creative with how they're going to talk to us if we're not listening. And it can come in the form of an injury, a health issue, heightened emotion about a situation. It can come in the form of depression. It can come in the form of overwhelm. And they are all messages from our system saying to us, you're not listening, you're not paying attention, you need to pay attention, something needs to shift here. And if we don't listen, the messages get louder. And sometimes we don't know how to listen, and sometimes we don't know how to interpret. I can't even say the word. And that's one of our jobs, is to interpret what is being said to us. And I think when we're moving so fast in life, which most of us are, we don't slow down enough, and we don't slow down enough to listen. So stuff happens, life happens, we get slapped in the face by a life experience, which forces us to stop or slow down or reprioritise. And these moments are critical, and not to be trifled with and not to be ignored. Now, one of the things that I do to help me listen, and it is not a perfect art or science over here, I get it wrong. Get it wrong is probably the wrong expression, but I override. I feel driven by things outside of my space to get done, and then I will manifest something in the body, in my life, which acts as a halt to tell me stop. You need to slow down, you need to reprioritise, regroup, recalibrate, whatever. But how we can prevent those kind of extreme situations happening is by meditating every day. And I'm using the word meditate, which I know is charged for some people because it has all kinds of highfalutin spiritual connotations. But meditation is really just finding the quiet. It's just about sitting down for a few minutes with your eyes closed and either letting the thoughts run without engaging them, or perhaps stopping the thoughts. And there's lots of techniques you can use, but I think keep it simple and sit down, close your eyes, focus on your breath. Focus on your breath, because you've got to breathe. That's going to be happening. If that's not happening, that's a whole other conversation. You're breathing, you're focusing on the in, out of the breathing, and you start to find your whole nervous system calms down. Those pesky thoughts up here get quieter, and boom, there you are, finding the quiet. And if you can do that consistently every day for a few minutes, those few minutes tend to grow because we start to enjoy being in that space. And then what you find is the day goes easier, and then consequently the bigger aspects of life go easier too, because we are in a calmer space with which to deal with anything. And so life will happen, stuff will happen. That is just being human. And our job is to navigate it. It's learning how to do that with grace and ease. And we get there by finding the quiet. Finding that quiet inside allows you to respond in a different way. We are, what I have found from years of meditating and doing it consistently, and that doesn't always happen for me, but when I have done it consistently, is that how I respond to things happening is less of a jolting experience. It's more of a measured response, or I can pause and decide how I'm going to respond to that thing that is happening. And that's because my nervous system isn't up, in that sympathetic space, kind of going crazy in that fight or flight response, which I think a lot of people live life on a day-to-day level at that level, which is not good for the long term. So I find I can be in a calmer space. I can get, okay, I I can deal with that with more measure. So how are you doing on that level? How is all of that for you? And if you're struggling, I work with people, I work with movement, I work with meditation, and I work with mindset shifting. And it's usually a combination of all of that that helps someone get back into their place of peace and power. So if that interests you and you want to work with me, just ping me a message and we can have a chat about whether it's right for you, and I think I can help you. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.